Imposter syndrome. We've all had it. It's the number one threat to your career and confidence. So we're going to talk about how we can begin beating this thing. Firstly, have you ever felt like a fraud? Like you haven't earned your accomplishments? You're not alone. Up to 82% of people suffer from imposter syndrome. It's the single greatest threat to your career and reaching your potential. And let's break down why it happens. So why does imposter syndrome happen? So credit goes to a quirky cognitive bias. So it's Dunning-Kruger effect. Novices experience overconfidence due to a quick progression on the learning curve, right? So you started here and you're starting it really good really quickly because you're putting a lot of effort in, everything's new, and you might be getting quick wins. While experts, people like yourselves maybe, confidence drops because they realize what they don't know yet. So the more you become an expert, the more you feel like an imposter. Understanding this Dunning-Kruger effect is step one. You'll see these negative feelings simply for what they are. It's bias. Feeling like an imposter might actually be a signal that you're ready. Two things that have helped me overcome imposter syndrome are this. So first step is to write down your wins. So use your timeline exercise to go back and actually literally start on when you began your career. So we're talking about professional wins. Did you get a good mark? Write it down. Even personal challenge, like did you study really hard at 100% effort and you got the result you wanted? When did you land your first client? For me, when I first started doing music, venues were a really good indicator of my progression. So you start at maybe playing for free at a cafe when you're a teenager, and you progress to a paid gig at a local pub, and then a private wedding, then at multiple weddings, then to 100 people, then to 1,000 people, then to 6,000 people. And you can see this progression from where you started to where you are and all the little bits of effort you put in. Looking back on that gives me confidence because it shows me I've done it before. Preparation creates confidence. Our evolutionary wiring makes us focus more on negative stimuli than positive stuff for survival. Seeing threats in a jungle is more useful than seeing the beauty. As a result, we tend to overlook our progress. So that's why we've got to write down our wins. Strong performance reviews, high grades, compliments, trophies, videos that you've edited. Then regularly review your wins. See how far you've come and how seriously capable you actually are right now. The second thing that's helped me overcome imposter syndrome is this. You just need to bear witness to what you've lived. So here's the thing, in the Old Testament, one of the 10 commandments is to not bear false witness to your neighbor. Meaning just bear witness to what you've seen, what you've heard, what you experienced. Too often with social media today, we particularly feel like we need to compare ourselves to other people's wins and see how much we haven't done. Where if you just speak from the actual place of where you've actually come from, what you have done, you're not lying, you're not pretending to be something you're not. It actually comes from a factual place. So all I am responsible to do as Matt Purcell, as your host, is to speak from my experience, because fakers, if you fake it to make it, which I absolutely hate and it's the worst advice ever, means you'll always be 3 steps behind because they're never your wins. You're always borrowing from other people's experiences, wins, and hard work. The emphasis should be on your own effort. And also, witnessing what people in your inner circle have experienced too, that you've witnessed failures from people, from your upbringing, from your inner circle. These are all learnings that you can bring to the table. So if you speak from there, you're speaking honestly, you're speaking with conviction, you're speaking ethically as well. So here's the thing, you may be absolutely right to do this. You may be one of those people who have done this for years, yet you see your story as pointless. You see your wins as little compared to other people. That's the wrong approach here. You need to be coming from a place of strength, and that's from the past, and your past wins determine your present confidence. Make sure you do the work and do the timeline exercise because that's where the gold is. Put it into the chronological order from the videos before, and then remember that you are good enough. You are the expert. You've got clients, you've got wins, you've got losses, and they're all things that are valuable to an audience. So don't forget that.